Hey everyone. All right, let me get everything set up on here. Um, make sure everything's set up on the live video side. All right. Not made for kids. Well, yeah, it's kind of made for kids, but it's still history. All right, I find this particular story. Um, all right. There we go. All right, here's the story of Mr. Burr has been actually denounced as a traitor. Something I didn't know about. It's supposed to be continued on something else, but I want to start. Let me uh, put it up here on the thing. Where are you? All right, here we go. Uh, a political chat some continue. Okay. Um, trying to find it. Question: in what estimates do you hold in the liberty of the press? Well, answer I Vinger something I can't say it right. It is the art of our politics, safety, and protecting shield of our other privileges. The freedom of the press has been my favorite toast, and dealing dealing theme that has awoken all my sensibility. Witness you uh it's just how they were vulnerable. There we go. Um, Sheet of focus and Franklin with what favors of the shrill have I explained on the subject while listening crowds hang upon my lips. A witness with what exclusion I loaded the authors of that incident of traitor in seduction law. While I have a heart to fill, a tongue to speak, and the hand of to act, I will never desert this so scarce because the power above records my vows. I solemnly protest that I'm ready to shed the last drop of my blood in defense the true liberty of the press. It's hard to read these how they got this stuff back in all these 1800 stuff. Here is the response of the support to lay one hand on his breast and banish the other hand in what soft, violent manner in uttering the words, "I'm ready to shed the life drop of my blood." He is supposed to turn a little pale. Question: was seduction law really an act of treason against the right of the people? Answer: it was downright treason against the freedom of the press. It was treason against the dignity and majestic of the people and against their desire rights. It was the most uh, treason, the most honorable, the most horrible, and the most accursed act, occurred act that ever had passed in a free country. And such I have always declared to be that excusable law engage and throttle every printing press I'll uh, I'll land that was worthy of the contents and support. Question: did the Solemn Law repress the publication of the truth or the dignity of the privilege of giving the truth in evidence? The answer: the Seduction Law permitted the truth in the evidence, but the circumstance was a mere force of mockery. It was permitting the anger party to avail themselves in possibilities, a downright insult upon the understanding of the men. It was for promoting the best interest in the people that the wickedness and the treason of the former administration had been exposed. Washington had been denounced as the man who had given currency to the politics inquirer and had legalized the corruption. Adam had been called the horror head traitor and had been charged with the murder of Jonathan Robertson. Jay had been accused of having bribed the British gold or picking of robbing the public treasury of millions of dollars, wicked of Burr in the War Office, and conceal uh, conniving of the officers. Those charges have been circulating throughout the Union, and they ought to be circulated without check or uh, hence, hence something for the information of the abuse of people. But though their truth was as clear as a sunbeam, they could not be proved in the court of justice. And for this plain reason, because they were not privy possibility nature. Therefore, the seduction law inviting proof when it was well known that the proof was not where to be found, did but added insult to the injured. Question: in what manner did the passing of seduction law affected the character of the former administration? Well, answer is the seduction law morally wounded the character of those who passed. It was the engine that pulled them down and plunged them in the disgrace. The legislators of Virginia made the published, inspired resolution against the Seduction Act. Those resolutions were circulated over the United States, and an instant alarm was given throughout the country. Everywhere was it declared that the press was shackled, that a blow had been aimed at the file of liberty, that the office of the government were wicked plotting to hide their own villainous by suppressing free equality, that their reign had been the reign of terror. The people were to be kept ignored of doing of their rulers, that while they were those hoodwink, they yet of slavery was intended to be inverted on their necks. The happiness effect were produced. The people were electrified. They were aroused. They were struck with horror. They were filled with indignity. Damn, can't freaking off yet. They chased from office those corrupted men who had passed the seduction law and supply their places with characters distinguished for their patriotism. Question: since the reign of the terror is ended and the reign of the quality in mildness has commenced, what is the liberal indulgence that is now given to the press? Answer: besides the ex-officers of former administration, Mr. Burr, the second ministry, and the nation is also given up to the printers as free and lawful plunder, and I have almost burst my sides with laughing to see with what art and industries are imposed patriots denounced and Chatham have hunted him down while the suburban, I can't say it, all set up their barking and follow the chase. Question: is not your party in debt to the talent and influencer of Mr. Burr for its triumph over Federalist? Answer: the debt is cancelled. Mr. Burr and commits. He lied under the ban of our church. He is an outlaw. It has been discovered that he ate and drank with heretics that he even offered. As a toast, this abominable, this is treason, well, sentimental, the union of all honest men that man has seen beyond the hope of mercy. Floods of the tears would not avail to wash away his crimes. The bull of the Holy Vatican is tendered against him, and the anthem are poured up on his devoted head, and all the patriots printers are in duty bound to denounce him as a traitor and to compare him to Benedict Arnold. To be continued. Mr. Burr has been actually denounced as a traitor and has even been compared to Benedict Arnold. And so are these diplomatic papers. So I have to find part 2. Sorry, it's hard to read the prints here, but I'm trying how they had the words out. But I'll let you know when I find part 2, and I'll be back to read that. Talk to you guys all later. Bye now.